Hi, my name is Richard Crawford, host of Supply and Demand, an enlightening webcast show where we delve into the dynamic world of the global supply chain, where we navigate through the complexities, disruptions, and innovations that shape this vital network of interconnected businesses. From sourcing raw materials to delivering finished products, we'll uncover the challenges that arise at each stage and explore strategies for optimizing efficiency and sustainability. And each week we'll highlight and discuss a specific supply chain event. And of course, I'm joined each week by my co-host and CEO of the Atlas Network and now author of the Supply Chain Ups and Downs, Mr. Kareem Kafuri. How are you, buddy?
Good, Richard. I missed you. It's been way too long. Things have been kind of crazy over here running around. I actually have some big news if you don't mind. I'd like to
I,
just
I,
tell
I
the
was
audience.
going I was going to ask if you want to tell us your big news.
Well, yeah, I've got some big news. I actually have signed on with Mr. Damon John and his group, the Shark Group, in a program which they call CEO Access Program. I'm very excited about it. Essentially, get the chance to spend some good time with Damon and his team and learn more about their business and their process. It'll factor into obviously some of the thought leadership stuff that I do, that we do. Hoping we'll have him actually as a guest on the show. It
That would
seems
be
like that's
great.
going to be a
If we can fit
possibility.
them in, we're busy.
Yeah, and it should be really, really good. We were actually together yesterday in New York for a big conference and spent some time afterwards. And obviously that's a great opportunity. He sees a billion deals and knows supply chain and procurement in and out from the fashion and technology industry for years and years. And so it's great to be associated. So I'm hoping that that'll be an interesting platform for us all. And just looking forward to already looking forward to 2025. I mean, the schedule's crazy. It's going to be nuts. And that's part of our conversation today, right? We're talking with someone
Yeah,
who is one of the leaders of Manifest, which we're
right.
both going to be at in February 2025. So why don't you kick it
It,
off
it
and
I,
start?
I mean, it feels like we were just there in February. Like we were there in
I know.
February this year, and it's already coming. I know it's only October. Actually, it's not October soon. Like a couple of days, we're out of
It's
October. So
November. It's,
it's
it's
crazy.
Thanksgiving almost.
This year has flown past so much. So let's go ahead and introduce our guest today, and it's Tanzil Uddin, and he is the SVP of production for Manifest Vegas. And in his role, he spearheads content and audience development for the event, and in particular, working with CSCOs, COOs, and CPOs, and other supply chain leadership personas that take the stage and attend with their teams. In his day to day, Tanzil spends most of his time brainstorming with the supply chain ecosystem to translate their needs into what ends up being the Manifest program, as well as other shipper specific offerings throughout the week. Now, prior to joining Manifest in 2021, Tanzil has led program and shipper related efforts for numerous events in the last mile, urban logistics, and cold chain spaces, respectively. Tanzil, a very, very warm welcome to the show. How are you, buddy?
I am pleased to be here. Thank you, Ricky and Kareem. It's good to see you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
now, Tanzil,
Absolutely.
we visited we visited Manifest in February, and I was just chatting with Kareem and saying, "Oh my God, like was that long ago? Like we're coming up. You, I presume, have been planning since March. I'm sure they gave you a few days off in February after the event to kind of take a breath. Um, but how are things going?
Yeah, no, you were absolutely right. I can't believe Manifest was earlier this year, and we're already approaching a few months away from Manifest Vegas 2025. So it does indeed take the full year and a village to put something like this together collectively. And it's funny, you'd be surprised. You would think that you run an event and the show year comes around, you run the show, come February, and you can kind of disconnect and unplug and take time off. But in the show cycle, that is not the case at all. There is still quite a lot happening at once the event concludes. So there's usually a buffer that you would need maybe the week after, 2 weeks after the show to just answer emails and take care of post-show reports and things like that. So yeah, we're kind of like once the show concludes, you still got the 1 or 2 weeks to remain connected, and then you can probably take the time to unwind if you may. But it's all a part of the cycle, and where we are right now is, you kind of spend the first half or so planning the show collectively, and now we are in this process or part of the cycle where it's game time. It's prepping and planning towards the February event as a team.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
first
it
of all,
in is it in the
that was a good.
same is it in the same location, Tanzil?
We will be at the Venetian. So we were at
Yeah.
Caesars this year and last year. We are moving to the Venetian. Very excited about the new space, of course.
Okay. I guess
I
that
was
adds
gonna
to some of
say,
the I guess that adds to some of the logistical problems because you're going to a different space, which adds just a little layer of complexity on top of what you already have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna say real quick. First of all, Tanzo, it's good to see you again. I mean, we tend to run into each other a little bit at an event here and there. I think the last time I saw you was in Philadelphia at Home Delivery World, which also seemed like it was like yesterday, but it wasn't. It was months and months ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, for audience members who don't know, I mean, Manifest is the supply chain event. It is the supply chain event for the industry for sure. It is fascinating. There is so many different components of the industry, so much dialogue, so much conversation that's taking place there. Last year, it was just a whirlwind of just activity and opportunity. And there's so much changing in the industry that, we love being there. I love being there, and really enjoyed, spending some time with other speakers and with other brands. So, I mean, very excited to see you this year in February for sure.
I was really impressed with Manifest with some of the setups and some of the booths. Like there were big rigs in there. There was big automated robotic examples of what people have in the factory, but they brought it out for people to see firsthand. It was really, really impressive.
Yeah, no, we are. Well, thank you for that, both of you. And Kareem, it's always nice to run into you, catch up with you, and supply chain is such a big world, but also a small world at the same time, where we're all part of this, and there's always the amazing catch ups that we can have. And yeah, I mean, we're thankful to of course, a lot of credit to our sponsors for being so creative, and as creative as they are, they're there's you were mentioning that there are the trucks, the robotics technologies, there's the arcade, the mocktail bar, and a lot of different key activations versus the standard booth setup, if you may. And of course, all of that is topped off with, a very popular attraction of ours, which is the puppy lounge. And,
Yeah.
that's a
Oh yeah.
big hit year over year.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it was funny because last year we actually spent some good time with Katie Date,
Mhm.
and she was one of the first guests, of Supply and Demand show. And from that beginning point, we knew that, Manifest was going to be something really interesting and unique. And then we were there on site and just got to see it, with our own two eyes. And I was amazed that I hadn't been to it beforehand, but I just really started traveling more and more for the conference circuit in the last few years. And I just can't tell you. I mean, it's such a great platform. So, they're lucky to have you, and it's an amazing event for sure. So we're very thrilled and excited to be attending there in February.
All right, Tanzil, are you ready for the hot seat?
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Do
hold
it.
on. Before you say this, let me stop real quick. I don't know if you know this or not, but Katie was the closest to 5 minutes because it's however close you can get, either over or under 5 minutes for three questions. She was the closest guest for like months,
Yeah.
months and months and months and months. And she was one of the earlier guests. So she sort of like set the stage for everyone that came thereafter. And I
Oof.
remember how many shows we did where Richard would say, and our reigning champion is still Katie Date from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Manifest. Just kept saying it, saying it, saying it. So it was funny because for probably the first 20 episodes of Supply and Demand show, it was essentially an ongoing ad for Manifest.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
Because
no pressure added at all,
No,
Kareem.
no
Thank you
pressure,
very
Tanzil.
much.
No pressure.
Big shoes to fill.
And just to reiterate, it is 5 minutes total for the three questions. Some people think it's 5 minutes a question, and I'm like, hey, your time's up. So let's see how close we can get. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'll try my best.
All right, my friend. The clock starts now. All right. What can attendees expect at the next Manifest Vegas?
Yeah, well, as an attendee, you can expect to hear from and meet with over 6,000 senior decision makers, which includes startups, investors, shippers, ports, terminals, rail operators, logistics service providers, and technology leaders. There will be 3 days of content starting on February 10th. The agenda has over 120 different panel discussions. There's also the Expo Hall, of course, that opens at 10 a.m. on February 11th, and you can expect to get a glimpse of over 300 of the most innovative supply chain technologies under one roof. There will be many activations, like I mentioned earlier, on the Expo Hall. You will have many chances to meet with the community throughout the 3 days. The networking app will be available to everyone prior to the show, so you can start getting to networking and taking those meetings on site while at the event. Many different organic networking receptions that we have, starting with the opening party on the 10th of February, and of course our after party, which features Florida, which will be announced tomorrow. So excited about that as well.
Very cool.
All right, I got your second question here, and it's probably the hardest one, I think. If you had to choose one item, I guess, one thing, what are you most looking forward to at Manifest 2025?
Oof. So that's a tough one to answer, but I will try my best. There's a lot that, to be excited about, and obviously there's the scale of the show in general. But if I had to pick one, and this is maybe personal to me as well, and us as a team, and what we've prioritized throughout the years, it is the amount of supply chain leadership that is coming to Manifest. So, we've always had a handful or a dozen at most that comes to the show, and they bring their teams. This year we have over 55 different supply chain leadership members that are either chief supply chain or chief operating or chief procurement officers, and they will be at the show, and they are bringing their teams. So there's a lot of teams that are bringing their executive management teams to the event, and they will not only engage with, of course, the Manifest ecosystem and community, but we'll also have our leadership suite, which will give these leaders a chance to engage with each other as well, more organically, more intimately. So we're very excited about that, and to see that scale and support, come in for, the show this time around.
Cool. All right, third question. How can the industry begin preparing for the show as we get closer to the dates?
Yeah, well, first, most importantly, is get yourself registered first, of course. I hope everyone is taking advantage of wherever the price is now. It does increase month to month throughout the year multiple times. So I hope everyone does get themselves registered so you're in the system and receiving the most important updates as we get closer to February. If you are already registered, the first thing you can do is definitely go to our website, browse a few things. So you want to browse first the agenda page, get an idea. It went live a couple weeks ago. We have our topics and time slots on the website now. You get in the agenda page, you look at all the topics that hit at home for you, that resonate with you. Time slots are already there, so you can kind of start planning your mind mapping your schedule in advance. Once you see the agenda page, see the topics that stand out, hover over to the speakers page to get an idea of who exactly is touching on those subjects that you just saw. And then you want to go to the sponsors page to see there are over 300 logos up there now. These are the companies that you can expect to see, hear from, and meet inside the Expo Hall and throughout the event. So again, adding to planning ahead, there are technologies and startups that you want to engage with, interact with. This is your chance to just mind map all of that now. And as we get closer, the event app will be made available to where you can start actually networking and seeing those people online and active in the app. So that's I would say, the best suggestion speaking for today. And again, excited to continue moving forward to February.
You want to see one last thing? You do. You just want to see one last thing?
One last thing is, if there is anyone that is interested in getting involved, if you want to join the program, look at our Expo Hall opportunities, or anything related, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or members of the team. We're all very active on LinkedIn and responsive, so hoping to see some of those thoughts and notes come our way.
And we will stop right there. Very well done. Very well done. You're not the leader, but you're within 10 seconds Oh,
Oof.
the 5 minute mark. So that's pretty good. That's why I was asking you if you had one more thing. Now would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
Well done,
No, I'll
Tanzil.
still
That was
I'll still take a rib at Katie and say I was close at least.
in the true spirit of Manifest. That was very efficient. Very efficient.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking forward to it. I'm sure it's going to be great. There's so many companies that have already been reaching out to me and also to Richard saying, are you going to be at Manifest? Are you going to be at Manifest? I think that that's one of the key points as well, that it doesn't just become something to attend, but it becomes kind of a central meeting place, a central meeting grounds. And that's really what I think so many people are looking for, talking about just like efficiency of these conferences. You people are flying from all over the world to come to a conference, and they want to basically just engage with each other. They want to network. They want to see the industry in 2 days, right? In 2 days, they want to just see the whole industry. They want to see every single aspect, from technology and procurement, warehousing, fulfillment, logistical support, and Manifest is just that kind of opportunity for people to have a real global perspective in a matter of 2 to 3 days, and really just get education, get knowledge, and really just exposure. So, I mean, thank you to you all for all the work that you do for bringing the supply chain industry, together, and for putting on such a great event.
Yeah, no, we couldn't be more ecstatic about this kind of support and just the organic community feeling that we're getting from everyone. And it's like a LinkedIn connections come to life type of environment once the show comes around. And again, we're excited about going in our fourth year and for a much bigger event at a much bigger space. So it should be fun with tons of networking.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking
well,
forward to it, Tanzil. Can't wait to get there again. My second favorite thing about Manifest is that Kareem pays for all these fancy dinners. So, I I get to eat well in Vegas. Who doesn't, right?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Well, look, just to recap, everyone know again how they can sign up for the show. And if they need to get a hold of you or need to get a hold of somebody or follow you on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, wherever that is, how could they do that?
Yes, absolutely. So Manifest Vegas, we are going on our fourth year now. It's coming up this February 10th through February 12th at the Venetian in Las Vegas. Best way to get involved is definitely hover over to our website, manifestvegas.com. And, as you explore and browse the website, click that register button and, get your passes assigned. If there are any questions or if there's anything you'd like to inquire about with the team directly, you can always feel free and reach out to any of us via LinkedIn. Our emails are also up on the website for, once you hit the support website, email, it will go to one of us. So you can reach out directly and we'd be happy to talk about potential participation ideas. So for those that would like to get involved. So yeah, that's the best thing is, get on the website, get your pass assigned, and reach out to us directly to get involved.
Thank you, Tanzil. It's been a pleasure. And Kareem, how about you? How people get a hold of you?
Yeah, I mean, my company website is the Atlas Network for anyone who needs any global supply chain solutions. My book is at supplychainupsanddowns.com. And if anybody wants to know about some of the thought leadership things that I do, it's either kareemkafoury.com or on LinkedIn or any of those social media related platforms. So
Perfect. Okay, and thank you everyone for joining us here on Supply and Demand Show. And don't forget to follow and like us at the Supply and Demand Show on LinkedIn and YouTube. We'll see you next time. Thank you.